Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm just about to head out to my trip to Michigan. I got a few things packed. I am worried about this a little bit because I don't know if just realized covered my license plate. I thought maybe I can put my license plate right here, but that spreads too far. In Georgia, you know, we only put it on the back, so hopefully I don't get pulled over for that, and I guess if I do, I just have to throw that in there. I try to keep things light in here, or you know, light, it's actually pretty heavy, but I try to keep things packed down so I can see well, you know, out the windows. I do have my rack up here, and I do have my bag right here. That's that carrier bag here. So when my wife and daughter and my grandson are flying out tomorrow, and I'm picking them up at the airport tomorrow night in Detroit. So, close that up. And so then when I pick them up, I'll just move everything that I can up top. But a lot of gnats, flies, I stink. Sweating today, it's hot, it's humid. Like I said, it's hot and humid today. Packing everything up. I was gonna pack a lot of stuff last night, but it was raining. And yeah, it was raining, and oh man, I know what I forgot. I have to go get my watch charger real quick. But yeah, so it was raining last night, so I didn't get anything in there. But let me go get my watch charger, and then I'm gonna set my destination. I'm gonna get going. Alright guys, just in the case I don't know if you can see that, but you probably can. Got 919 miles to go just to get to the hotel. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and fill up, get some gas, get something to drink, and then get on the interstate. Got about a little over, I mean, really just started. I'm just on the road that I live on, so got 919 miles to go, and I'm gonna get 2 days to get there. I just got to be at the airport by 11:30 tomorrow night, so but I'm gonna check into the hotel in Detroit at about, I'm gonna check in hopefully by 3. I'll be there. If I drive straight through right now, it says I'll be at the hotel at 3:36 a.m. It is 12:52 p.m. right now, so that's if I drove straight through. I could drive straight through and then just, I don't know, that'd probably be a waste of money. So I could then get a hotel room, but I wouldn't get my money's worth. But we'll see. Alright, well, I got that filled up. Let's see. I wonder, I guess I'll do that one. I like looking at how long I can go on the mileage. Looks like we got some storm clouds ahead. I did look at the weather, or the radar, and it just looks like a little spotty rain here and there, but I didn't really see a big like system coming across the you know, coming across the United States. So I think if it does rain, it's just going to be, you know, for a few minutes. Definitely raining up ahead. I went through an area that had already rained. The road, you know, most of the interstate was wet there, but we missed that part. But that's definitely rain up that way. So a couple years ago when I went to Michigan, I think I left around, I want to say 3 a.m., 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. I believe it was 3 a.m. I pulled down the road. I was about a mile down the road and I realized I left my wallet. Thank goodness. This time I did. I checked for my wallet because I was like, okay, what's my checklist gonna be, you know, for you know, this trip? And that was one thing I wanted to make sure I didn't forget. So all good on that part. But right now I'm about 850 miles away. I'm thinking, I don't know, I want to definitely get through Georgia and most of Tennessee before I stop. I'm thinking that would have put me around 7 or 8 o'clock, if I'm correct. It's 2 o'clock right now, so probably around 8 or 9 o'clock. But I at least want to get there. That I think will be about halfway getting into Tennessee, maybe near Kentucky. So well, we're over 100 miles in the trip. We still got 804 miles to go to the hotel, and then after that, Saturday, we got about another 300, I want to say about 300 miles. But I'm probably, I want to say, hour and a half from Atlanta. Well, I'm about, I want to say 30, 35 miles away from Atlanta and hit our first traffic jam. $740 some miles to go. And so far, I don't know if you can see that, went 172 miles total. Yeah, I don't know what it is about McDonough, Georgia. I think I'm saying that right. You always have a traffic jam through there. So if you're gonna come to Atlanta, you're gonna get stopped in Atlanta, and then, well, you know, about 30 miles south of Atlanta, you're gonna get stopped in McDonough, or vice versa, McDonough and then Atlanta. So I need to do something like this area right here, because put a 4th lane in or something. Anyways, that's me done ranting about this, because I knew that's what was going to happen. It was inevitable unless I come through in early morning hours. Well, I'm about to enter Atlanta. I'm on the outskirts really, but really it wasn't too bad going through McDonough. Usually that, you know, I'm at a complete stop a few times on there. I think I was only one time, and then it was pretty much, you know, 20 to 30 miles per hour through there, so that really wasn't that bad. And now I'm going, just now entering in Atlanta, and it's flowing pretty good right now. So I think it's about 10 miles till you get to downtown Atlanta, so I don't know if they redid those 2 lanes over there to the left, or they're just 2 brand new lanes, but the traffic is flowing pretty good at this time of day. I mean, it's 4 o'clock going through Atlanta right now, and we're not bumper to bumper. Yeah, so about a month and a half ago, I actually just came through here, or about right here, because this is the airport exits. Yeah, I had dropped my dad off over here. So it really wasn't that long ago since I've been this, close to Atlanta. So it's gonna feel weird going past it. Last year, I went like 3 times to Atlanta. One was we went to MetalCon. It was this thing for the stuff like what I do for a living. So they have it here in downtown Atlanta, or they had it here. It's not always here, different places. And then I came here for my citizenship, so became a U.S. citizen last year as well. And then also we went through Atlanta last year to go to Blue Ridge. We rented a cabin up that way. So yeah, it's been here several times, but never really went too far past. So in the last couple of years since I've been to Michigan, I guess. Last time I went to Michigan, so it's going to be a little change of scenery for me. Well, I spoke way too soon. Not quite downtown. I think exit 246 is downtown Atlanta, and we're at 244. And they said some lane closures ahead, and it said it's going to take about 19 minutes to get through this thing. But that's what I expected anyways in Atlanta, so I was just thinking of how fast it was back that way. But this is about 4 o'clock. This is when some people, a good group of people is probably getting off work right now, so. So that exit right there, 246, that'd take you to like all kind of things downtown, including the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. You can go that way. The Atlanta, I guess it's called the Atlanta Aquarium or Georgia Aquarium. Yeah, just all kinds of stuff. So yeah, when I went here last year with the people at work, when I went to MetalCon, we walked around like downtown at night from our hotel to I want to say it's called Centennial Park. I could be wrong about that. We walked around through there. We hit up this restaurant several blocks away. So around 10, 11 o'clock at night, we come back, walk back again. Really was nice. There was a good number of homeless people. I'll say a good number, that poor choice of words. A big number of homeless people, but I seen a bunch of elderly people walking around at night. Young people. It was pretty. I felt pretty safe. Also, there was like all these little scooters all around everywhere, or power bikes or whatever they were. So they're just located every which way down the sidewalks and stuff like that. So you just take your debit card, credit card, and then pay for it, and then it charges you however long you use it for. When you're done, you just get off it and leave it there. I guess something goes around the next morning and collects them all. But that was pretty neat. I didn't get on one of those or nothing like that. But then the following morning, we ended up going to the my work paid for me to go to the aquarium, and that was pretty awesome because when we went, we were pretty much the first ones in there, and it was on a weekday, so it was like on a Thursday or something like that. So we were like one of the first ones in there, and for a while we were like the only ones in there, and then all of a sudden it started getting a little busier, and then all of a sudden schools, you know, students from school started coming in for field trips and stuff like that. But that was a pretty cool experience. Well, I'm still in the outskirts of Atlanta. It's about 4:54. Traffic is still moving slow, so we're in the northern part of Atlanta, and of course there's people got to go home that way too. So we still got a little bit, maybe another 20 minutes to go at this pace to get out of here. Alright, well, we busted out of Atlanta finally. Now we're moving a little bit, so that's good. Now we're about maybe an hour from the Tennessee border. So yeah, it's still a good bit of ways from the border, you know, the Tennessee border. So still ways to go in Georgia. Know how good you can see that in the GoPro, but that's a pretty good view right there. So I went ahead and oh, I don't think I'm supposed to go this way. I guess I can. I went ahead and stopped at Zaxby's. But I think I just went the wrong way in the drive, but all good. I'm gonna stop at this racetrack over here, fill up with some gas. Alright, as you saw, I went to Zaxby's, and then I went and got some gas at the it's called Racetrack gas station. I actually had some pretty good looking pizza in there, but I had already ordered Zaxby's, so I thought about getting a slice for later, but I decided to hold off. I'll probably try to find something else if I'm still hungry. So I ended up getting the giant quesadilla bacon ranch one, so that should hold me over for a little while. So I think we're about 50 to 60 miles away from Chattanooga, so we'll got a little bit of ways to go to get to Georgia still. I don't know if we're going to be able to catch this Tennessee sign. It's behind this truck. Here it is. There it goes. All in Tennessee. Now it feels real. I'm in a different state. Well, it's about it is 7 o'clock now, and I went 324 miles, and to get to the hotel tomorrow, we got 593 miles to go. So in about another couple hours, I'll be halfway. And that's probably where I'm going to try to stop, is about halfway. Going up on our first steep incline here in Tennessee. You got the trucks putting their caution lights on. The Pathfinder's doing pretty good. It's not struggling at all. It brings me back to when I had the Tacoma, the 4-cylinder. I was real surprised on it, but it didn't struggle at all either. I was just, surprised because being that it was still a heavy truck for a 4-cylinder, and it had no problem. So it looks like we're about an hour out from Knoxville. Knoxville isn't, I want to say it's, if I remember, it's like, I don't know, 100 miles to Lexington after that. I'm not 100% sure. It's beautiful out this way though. Well, it's about 8:20. I was totally wrong about the, hey, there's a Shoney's over there. Man, that's a good restaurant. They closed it all down where I live at. But anyways, I was totally wrong about Lexington being like 80 miles from Knoxville. So I just passed Knoxville. We got 168 miles to go to Lexington. But I believe that we're within 40 or 50 miles from the Kentucky border, if I'm correct. We'll see about that. It's a beautiful night, right? Or, beautiful evening right now. So, I'm excited for, for my daughter and grandson to be up there. My grandson's probably never going to remember this, maybe a little bit. He's not even 4 yet. But I think he's going to have a great time. My daughter, I just want, I want to show her around where I grew up, and I may drive to this old place I used to work at. It was a dairy farm, but the place was called Cook's Farm Dairy. They made, at the time, I don't know if it still is, they made the best ice cream. And I hope to stop there because it's on our way to where we're supposed to be going in the Upper Peninsula, St. Ignace. Where I'm from grew up in is Ortonville, and so Ortonville's on the way to St. Ignace. It's just off I-75. So we're gonna take a little detour Saturday morning, hit up the Cook's Farm Dairy, see if I can pick up some ice cream. I'm going to try to bring some ice cream back home. I got the coolers back there, the power fridge or whatever you call them. I got 2 of them because my mom wants me to pick up smoked fish for in St. Ignace. But anyways, when we go to Ortonville, where I grew up in, I want to go by my old house, and then I want to go by the high school. And so I'm kind of excited to, you know, for her to see, you know, where to see where I'm from. She kind of remembers, you know, she remembers a little bit because she visited with me when she was little, but she's never been to the Upper Peninsula, never seen the Mackinac Bridge, never seen the Great Lakes. So I think it'll be cool for her to see, you know, just once in her life, you know, to be where, you know, around where I grew up in places that I love. So we just passed by Knoxville. I always look at it like the major cities that I have to go through when I'm driving is obviously Atlanta. There's Chattanooga, Knoxville. Next up would be Lexington, and then from there you got Cincinnati, Dayton, and then Detroit. Or I'll put Toledo in there and then Detroit. So next up would be Lexington. Well, it's 8:42, and I went 444 miles. I got 471 to go, almost halfway. I'm still in Tennessee. I'm not really sure like how many miles to the Kentucky border. But if memory serves me well, then I think that it wasn't that far from Knoxville. It was like 40 miles from Knoxville. So we should be getting close, but then something's telling me it's probably about 80 miles. So I'm not sure. But my ears are starting to pop a little bit. There was this town that in Kentucky, I forget the name of it, but it's right across the border, and it was kind of halfway. We used to meet my parents there to pick up my daughter, or because they would come visit us and then they would go home, and then we'd meet them at this town in Kentucky, and then pick up my daughter. Plus, a couple years ago, I went to Michigan. I drove straight through, but they stopped at that same town or city. to stay the night because they were pulling campers. So I can't think of that town name. But I remember that it was a dry county or something like that. I'm sure there'll be a sign somewhere that'll say that that town. 'Cause I think it's like 10 miles, 20 miles past the Kentucky border. Well, I set up an external mic on this GoPro right here that I'm using, so hopefully you can hear me, or else half the footage it'd be hard to hear, but hopefully that helps. So I guess I'm gonna be looking for a place to pull over for the night, at least within the next hour or so. I got about a half tank of gas. Says I can go another 215 miles, so I'd say about 150 before I really need to stop and feel comfortable with it. So I mean, I could go another couple hours, and that would put me really technically past, well, right at Lexington. Awesome view. Yeah, so whatever town that was, I'm sure it'll come to me as I get closer to it and once I recognize the name. But that may be a place for me to stay, to stop for the night. I'm really not tired, but there's really no advantage for me to be there early because I can't check into the hotel tomorrow till 3. So, if I get there early, I don't know what I'd be doing, just standing around. And then I got some of the stuff in the vehicle here that probably doesn't need to get hot or something, too hot. So I don't know, I need to keep the vehicle running. So, but we'll see. It's definitely getting darker though, because it's you can see it through the camera better than what it really is. We should be coming up to the border, I think, within the next 10-15 miles. Yeah, it's beautiful out here. Yeah, this Pathfinder, it drives pretty good. It drives pretty smooth. It's very comfortable to, you know, just to sit in and ride in and stuff like that. But it's got a heavy load in here, so it's going to be even heavier tomorrow when I pick up my wife, Amber, and my grandson. He's probably gonna add about another 250, I guess, 250, 300 pounds between the three. Alright, we're officially halfway, over halfway. Got 458 miles that I've driven, 457 to go. And we're starting to do a descent here, so it came to me. I hadn't seen the sign, but it was I just remembered the city name was Corbin, Kentucky. So I may look into stopping there, so we'll see. Dang, I don't know if I got that or not. It just right after I was talking about Corbin, the Kentucky sign came by, and I couldn't get the GoPro on enough. At least I don't think I did. But anyways, we're in Kentucky, so another new state, and looks like we're about 115 miles from Lexington. So my GPS map thing on Google, it's acting all crazy, especially since we got into Tennessee. It's like the miles per hour that is showing me here doesn't match, you know, what has been shown. So one time it said 70, but then the sign said 65, and then I saw a sign said 55, and it's still showing 70. And then when the sign finally said go 70, then it said 45. So right now it's saying 70, but I have seen no sign to say that it was 70 miles per hour. So the last sign I saw was 55. It's because we keep going up and down this mountain here. Good morning, everybody. Well, it's the next morning. It's about 5:30 in the morning. Been up since 4. Really, my work alarm woke me up, so I probably would have slept in a little longer. But I got the crappiest hotel room, I guess. I mean, the price wasn't that crappy though. It was a little over $100. It's like 117, but the shower had cracks in it, and then the I don't know, it just feels so cheap in here. It's a Comfort Inn here in Corbin, Kentucky, and then this thing here wouldn't even work right. You can't turn this down, and if you turn this up, then you can't turn it down from there. It's crazy. Anyway, so it was kind of warm here last night. I was okay. And then they provide you a TV, but only with streaming stuff, so you had to put your own information in there. And I don't like that. I mean, they should at least provided cable or satellite or something like that. But anyways, no complaints really. Other than that, it served its purpose. Let me rest up. I'm probably gonna leave out about 8 o'clock. That should put me in Detroit about 2 p.m. a little after 2 p.m. So I should be able to check in, you know, pretty quick after that, hopefully. I almost stayed at that Quality Inn across the street. I thought, ooh, there's Quality Inn, but I was already committed to turn left onto this place. Probably would have been a lot nicer stay, or even the Hampton Inn over there. And then part of me was gonna try to sleep at the Loves, but my vehicle's so loaded with stuff that I was worried that, one, that someone tried to take my stuff on the outside of the vehicle, and then two, I couldn't lay down. Well, I got me some breakfast, so hopefully it's decent, and some coffee, and I guess a Danish pastry. Alright guys, well, I'm out of here. I'm gonna hit the road. I think I'm gonna hit up that Love's over there and gas up, get a couple road snacks and a drink, and be on our way to Detroit. Hopefully I should be there about 2 or 3. Alright guys, well, like I said, I'm heading out. It's already starting to feel warm out there, so
Guys, no one.
alright guys, so I'm gonna have to switch to the sunglasses. That it says I got 417 miles to go, and I should be there about 2:13, but I know I'll have to stop for gas again, so about 2:30 maybe, if everything goes okay. So it says 6 hours and 6 minutes. These cliffs over here, in Kentucky and even I guess part of Tennessee, they're pretty cool, but I guess that's where they blasted, you know, to get blasted this through so they can make the interstate. We're about, I say, 65 miles or so from Lexington. It looked like it was about to, well, it did sprinkle a little bit, so it looked like there was some rain in the area, so. But yeah, I could see where Tennessee and Kentucky, especially near the border and throughout here, where they're gonna have to redo their parts of the interstate sometime or another. I think I've been too spoiled though, being in Georgia, where you know you don't get that much freezing, where you know it breaks up the road as much. Over in Michigan, I mean, this is typical. You know, when I grew up, there's just this type of road throughout the interstate. So maybe they don't have to do anything really. This is just normal. Kentucky's a beautiful state to me, at least around where the interstate is, but my brother used to live in near Fort Knox. I guess it was Elizabethtown, I forget, but we went to go visit him one time, and it was beautiful. I went with a couple friends from high school. My senior year, we went to Kings Island, and I believe that was in northern Kentucky, right right outside of the Ohio border, and that was pretty cool. And I had a great time then too. So I always like Kentucky. So today, the plan is I should get to Detroit somewhere around 3 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock. Get to the hotel. I'm gonna bring everything in, kind of redo everything in here, because that way I can make room for when I pick up my wife, daughter, and grandson. They're gonna land about 11:30 at night, so I have to be at the airport around 11, maybe a little earlier. Take them back to the hotel. We're all staying in the same room. We got double beds, and then wake up tomorrow morning. Then I'm gonna put the roof rack storage bag up there, and then put our suitcases, whatever I can put up there that isn't gonna weigh, extremely weigh a lot. I mean, that should make enough room in here for this. And then we're gonna head on to the town I'm from. I kind of explained that earlier yesterday about me going to the town of Ortonville. Head out to the place I used to work at, Cook's Farm Dairy, buy some ice cream, check out the old place I used to live at, maybe even visit the high school. I don't know yet, because when I was in high school here, we still were in school the first couple weeks of June, but we didn't go back till September. Where in Georgia, they get out in May and they start school first part of August. So I don't want to go to the high school if it's already, they're still in session. So then from there, we're gonna jump back on 75 and head north and head to the town of St. Ignace, where we got we rented a house through VRBO. So a little octagon house, so it should be kind of cool. Hopefully it's cool. So I guess my niece, my brother Sean's daughter was born, I believe either early this morning or late last night. So I just want to say congratulations, Sean. I'm happy for you. This is awesome. I can't wait to meet her. Can't wait to see you guys again. And like I said, I'm excited. So I hope, I know in today's world that you can pretty much bring the baby home the next day. So I know you can't wait. So I'm excited for the whole family out there. So congratulations. I really hope we get to see some wildlife while we're up there. I mean, I'd like to see a bear, a black bear, up there in the Upper Peninsula. I've seen one before, close up. When I was up there, my friend and I were walking through on this dirt road, and this black bear, it was a big one too, appeared out of the woods, come out of the woods onto the dirt road. It looked like a cartoon character because it's so jet black. And you see it on TV and stuff, they're black, but this one just seemed like it was just drawn in. Anyways, he stopped, looked at us, he or she, I don't know, it was a big bear. And we were just teenagers. I had a machete, and I think my friend had a baseball bat. We were just fooling around, going through the woods and stuff like that. And because we had during our senior year also on that, we went up there and visited my parents' property, which was in Newberry, Michigan. And out there is no electricity or nothing. The dirt road to get out there was the grass growing in it and stuff like that. It's just how little traffic you get out there. So we were just going through and walking in there. We didn't even hear it come out. It just came out of the woods. That's how quiet it was. And we stopped, and the bear stopped, and we're like, oh no, like that. That's my greatest fear, is growing up as a kid, because we used to camp out there. My parents would bring us up there, because my dad got laid off from GM, and we stayed up there for a whole summer when I was 5 years old, and 5 and 6 years old, and we would stay in a tent, and they would stay in the camper. And so that was my biggest fear growing up, was going to get eaten by a bear. Well, like I said, my friend and I we stopped there, the bear looked at us, and it probably was about 3, 4, 5 seconds long. Then the bear continued to go across the road and back into the woods, but towards where our property was. So we were like, okay, let's not go back right away, but we were also scared enough, we're like, let's get the heck out of here. So we walked out of the way a little bit down the road, a different road, and then we decided that was far enough, let's go back. And we came back, and you know, but it was fun. We had great fun. So I hope to see some bears, you know, a bear or two, and maybe a moose. That'd be great. As long as I see both from a distance, then that would be awesome. Well, we just passed Lexington, so the sign back there said 75 miles to Cincinnati, so it looks like we should be there within the little over an hour or so. Yeah, I had to stop at a kind of like a sketchy gas station, but they actually had a good smelling food in there, but my GoPro battery went out, and I just changed it, so it might not have been charged up all the way, or I might have left my camera on, so I'm gonna have to check that out. But I got enough. I'm at 289 miles. I can go the distance if I need to without stopping. It all really depends on if I need to use the bathroom or something, or need to get up and stretch. We're about, it says right here, 36 miles from Kentucky. Starting to get a little bit more traffic. We're about 20 miles from Cincinnati. I remember the last couple times I come through here, this is another like high traffic area, you know, like 10 miles or so before and after you get out of or after you get before you get to Cincinnati, I'm sorry. And then when you're coming back, it's that way too. And I don't think it matters what time of day. It always seems like it's you know, just, it's almost like that McDonough. It's a small city, but you don't know why that, you know, I guess it's like the airport is close by or something. But this one here, I guess just everyone trying to get into Cincinnati or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's picking up, definitely picking up. Yeah, I bet it's because too that Covington's a pretty good, you know, sized town or city, whatever, in Kentucky. And it's just across the bridge, so you got these twin cities, you know, right there across the river from each other. So that's probably why it's always like a high traffic zone. About 3 miles away, well, about 5 miles away from Cincinnati. Covington is these next two exits right here. We're descending pretty good, at a good rate. There's Cincinnati. across over that way. Hi. So we're crossing the Ohio River, and we're on the bridge right now, going into Cincinnati. All right, we're in Ohio. Cincinnati's real curvy. If I remember, Detroit's similar. They got some churches that are like that one way over there. I don't know if you can see that with the GoPro, but that's pretty cool. Alright, well, we're rolling out of Cincinnati. The traffic is cleared up. We did get lucky back there. It did almost stop one time, but we went through it and without stopping. And now we're heading to Dayton, or we're going to be going through Dayton as our next city, which is only 30 some miles away from right here, at least, is what it's saying. Alright, well, we're finally through the Cincinnati turns, and that thing was so curvy. Then I got stuck behind this person. You could clearly text him, just weaving in and out of lanes. It was terrible. I even had to speed up because I was like, man, I'm just gonna end up I'd rather have a speeding ticket than, you know, getting killed by a person texting. She was texting with both hands and looking down. I was like, oh my goodness. We are approaching Dayton now. Traffic picked up a little bit. So Ohio's been kind of gloomy pretty much the whole way. It's been just sprinkling. I really hadn't hit some hard rain at all this whole trip, so I hope that continues. We got 160 miles left to go to get to the hotel, so that'll put me there about 2:12. It is 11:52 right now. And I currently have 2 hours and 19 minutes, it says. The sign back there said 107 miles to go to Toledo. So it really won't be too long after that. It's been a pretty easy ride so far today. I did like breaking it up into 2 days instead of driving straight through. I don't really feel too tired right now, so. My daughter called though and said that Bray, my grandson, isn't feeling that good, so hopefully he'll still be able to enjoy a trip. He does have medicine and stuff like that, but it's in here with me. And we brought his I guess humidifier machine or something like that too to help. It's been a nice easy ride through Ohio. I get a little bit of rain, but we got about 97 miles. The sign right there said to Toledo. I had to switch the old glasses. It's getting a little dark. Well, I mean, the cloud cover is making it seem dark. But other than that, I think everything's going good. The traffic's been pretty decent, so can't really complain too much about that. So I think, if I'm correct, it may be cloudy out, but I think this is also smoke from the Canadian wildfires. I thought I read that, or not read it, I thought I heard it on the news, them talking about that. If it is, that's terrible. That's that much smoke. Well, about 40 to about 40 some miles from Toledo, so should be in Michigan within the hour. It says I have an hour and 20 minutes to go to the hotel, so it really won't be that long. 88 miles total. I got enough gas to get there, so I should be fine. I think I don't know if I'll stop or not. I may want to stop because I'll be in Detroit. I don't know if I want to try to get gas in Detroit. So in between when I get across Michigan and Detroit, I'll try to find an exit to probably fill up or something. So I just saw a sign back there, that first sign for Detroit, that said 89 miles. The mileage that I had was like 84 to go, so must be, or 83 to go, must be like south of Detroit, the airport. So I guess we don't have to go directly into downtown, but I mean, that close, it pretty much probably seems like it's downtown, I guess. I don't know. You ever hear of the college football team, Bowling Green? This is where they're from. About 10-12 miles away from Toledo, and then we'll be Michigan probably a few more miles after that, about 10 miles or so. Hitting some rain now in Toledo. If anyone is a history buff or anything, Michigan and Ohio fought a war over this city, you know, a couple hundred years ago or so. And I don't know, I mean, it wasn't much of a war, but I think shots were fired, and the government stepped in, and federal government, I believe, and was kind of stepped in and said, hey, what can we do in this? So they gave Michigan the Upper Peninsula, which is where I'm going, and gave Toledo to Ohio. So they gave Upper Peninsula to Michigan, and that's how that came about up there. I'm still in Toledo. Yeah, still in Toledo. The rain just makes it real hard to see right now, so we're kind of going a little slow. Should hit Michigan any minute. Alright, we're in Michigan now. I mean, it makes it, you know, just that little bit of knowing you crossed the border, you made it to the state you wanted to after a long drive like that. It makes it real fulfilling, but still got a little ways to go. Alright guys, well, made it to another Love's. I'm about 25 minutes away, 25 miles. I got filled up, so I think I'm good to go. I also got me a sub from Subway, so hopefully that's the best thing will have ate since I started this road trip, because it's been pretty lackluster so far. Well, I'm 17 miles away, 17 minutes away from my first destination, which is the hotel. And then, like I said, tomorrow, then we're going to go to St. Ignace, which is a few hundred miles away. So, but just to get here is nice, especially since I had to pick up my family at the airport. Now I know I'll at least be here. So if even something happens to this, I have to go get a rental car and I'll be right there at the airport tonight. So I was kind of worried, you know, something had happened, broke down or something like in Kentucky or Ohio or something like that, and still be hours away. So it's all good now, hopefully. Yeah, so you could definitely tell that that haze is probably the smoke, because there is blue sky above, but it's kind of hard to see too. See the plane up there? Yeah, so hopefully, I don't know, maybe some rain's coming their way and gonna put this fire out. But it ain't looking good. I mean, if the smoke's coming all the way down here, and I actually heard it was going to be all the way down to the south too. And then we're all going to get hit with that little bit of haze of Saharan sand, dust, whatever. But I guess for us, the south, that's a good thing, or for I guess everybody. That kind of limits the tropical development. So I don't mind that at all. Alright guys, we made it. I'm at the Comfort Inn. This one looks a lot nicer than the one I stayed at yesterday. This is right by the airport. That's the airport across the street over there. So it's pretty loud when the planes take off. But I'm bringing all my stuff in, and then I'll show you the room. Alright guys, so this is the hotel room. May not look as better than the other one I stayed at, but trust me, this one's a lot better. I got all our stuff put in here from out there, and then I'll have to rearrange it all tomorrow when we get ready to go. So even the TV, so we had the other place, like I said, just gave you streaming and you had to put your own information in it, but this one here is they actually have cable. So I'm gonna go take a quick walk outside, back outside real quick. I think I'm gonna end this video here. Had to get me a coffee. Just wanted to show you guys the, that part of the journey here from where I live at to Detroit. And then tomorrow I'll start or actually tonight when I pick up my family, that'll be the start of my next video. So we'll see you guys on the next video.